Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about massive news of a new development involving Hedera and Google Cloud. And we'll also be discussing Hedera's innate qualities, which makes it extremely attractive for investors around the world. So firstly, I'd like to bring to your attention a clip featuring the Hedera CEO, Mance Harmon, going into detail surrounding Hedera's consensus service, where he goes into depth how transactions are authorized and validated on the overarching Hedera consensus service.
We have this service that we call the Hedera consensus service. Unfortunately, that now in retrospect could be misleading, and I think that's where a lot of the confusion in the market comes from. When we say that we have processed 5 billion transactions and a lot of those transactions are flowing through the Hedera consensus service, that doesn't mean that like maybe some other layer ones where there is one transaction, one service being supplied for a message, an application message requires multiple transactions in the network. No, not at all. That's not the case at all. When we say 5 billion transactions, that means that we have serviced 5 billion requests from applications, or the community, if you will, the users of the network. It's all legit traffic. There's no double counting or triple or quadruple counting of transactions here. They're all individual messages that have been processed in total by the network. So number one, that's an important point. The Hedera consensus service, again, perhaps we could have chosen a better name for it. Maybe a notary service, distributed notary service. That's effectively what the Hedera consensus service is, and it is driving a lot of traffic. It's ultra low cost, very simple service. It is a distributed notary service that does get used by a lot of our enterprise users, and they drive really high volume traffic through HCS, the Hedera consensus service. But again, just to make it clear, when a message is submitted by, say, APMA, for example, one of the main users of the Hedera consensus service, the APMA application platform, it's a supply chain service run by Avery Dennison. When it submits a transaction to the Hedera consensus service, that counts as one message coming from APMA, and we process that message using the Hedera consensus service, and it's one for one. It's not 2 or 3 or 5 messages for one. The 5 billion messages are all legit individually. So it is a big deal, and I know that there's been some FUD in the market saying it's not real. Every transaction is real. It's all legit.
So as detailed by Harmon, Hedera's network is very unique in regards to how transactions are actively verified and the degree of transactions which are occurring on Hedera's network on a daily basis, where at the moment Hedera is the most widely utilized network on the marketplace, and this is despite the network only recently being live compared to other DLTs, including the likes of Ethereum. So as well as Hedera's highly attractive nature in terms of the amount of transactions occurring on a daily basis, Hedera is also actively at the center of a number of developments involving some of the largest organizations in the world. So one such organization Hedera has a collaboration with is the interoperability platform Hashport, where Hashport specializes in providing interoperability infrastructure for varying DLTs at any given time, where Hashport actually specializes in providing connectivity between Hedera's network and Ethereum's EMV blockchain network. So this means that datasets native to these respective blockchains can be exchanged with each other more seamlessly through the active utility of Hashport. So Hashport is actually at the center of a new development and initiative where Hashport is set to leverage Google Cloud to take decentralized finance to new heights. So the Google Cloud team actually published an article which went into further depth and detail in regards to this new collaboration and development, where the article was entitled "Leveraging Google Cloud to Make Decentralized Finance Faster, More Scalable and Secure." So this active development will see the utility of Hashport, where, as I mentioned previously, Hashport is an interoperability platform which facilitates the movement of assets between varying blockchains at any given time. So why is Hashport looking to implement and utilize Google Cloud? So the Hashport team is currently working to adopt its existing bridging modules to accommodate more enterprise-focused use cases and specialized industries, which is reflected in the creation of Hashport's Pro feature sets. So the article went into further detail and highlighted to how Hashport is at the center of providing accessibility and utility of a number of Hedera services, most notably Hedera's bridging function, smart contract services, and Hedera's token service, which all allow for assets native to Hedera to be sent to other networks at any given time. For example, the Ethereum and the BNB smart contract networks. So the main reason as to why Google Cloud has been selected for this development is that Google Cloud is an ideal choice for simplifying the management of Hashport's validators and core network integrations such as Ethereum and the BNB smart chain blockchain network. So the direct integration of the Google Cloud platform into Hashport services will improve validator node activities, and this will make actions surrounding the sending of assets between varying networks more seamless and more effective. So if Hashport do choose to utilize Google Cloud's blockchain node engine to their services, this will enhance the efficiency of the running and management of nodes provided by the overarching Hashport service, and this will bring about a number of benefits, especially in terms of improving the performance and security of the overarching Hashport network, which again is centered around bridging and providing interoperability between varying blockchains and other DLTs. So another aspect which makes Google Cloud very attractive for the likes of Hashport in this initiative is that Google Cloud has a low latency and high throughput. So this enables Web3 transactions which are synonymous with actions involving Hashport will be induced and verified more seamlessly. And this will go about improving the functions provided by Hashport. So the article went on to provide further insights in regards to how Hedera is at the center of the interoperability offering provided by Hashport, where, as I previously mentioned, Hashport provides a interoperability channel which allows for assets between Hedera and Ethereum to be exchanged at any given time. And it isn't just Ethereum, it's also the Polygon side. Not only will this be beneficial for Hashport as a whole, but also for the overarching Hedera ecosystem and potentially their users, as the ability for assets to be exchanged between two other networks will mean that Hedera's services will be more accessible and more individuals or even entities and businesses could harness Hedera's network, as well as using the benefits of other networks, including Ethereum. So this venture could lead to more developers turning to Hedera and more developers basing their platform on Hedera rather than competitor DLTs. And this will only spell good news for Hedera users and for HBAR token holders, where the active ability and the presence of more developers and more users on Hedera will see increases in the demand for HBAR, where HBAR will be at the center of validating transactions which occur in terms of transaction validation, verification, and the ability for assets to be exchanged between varying DLTs at any given time. And this will see sizable increases, well, potentially sizable increases to the price of HBAR, especially as time progresses and the demand for HBAR increases. So extremely exciting all round for Hedera, and this is all encompassed with Google already having a direct affiliation with Hedera. So it's looking as if Google is making stronger footholds into the DLT realm, and this could only spell good news for DLT as a whole, and it puts Hedera ahead of the vast majority of other networks on the marketplace, as I previously mentioned, especially in terms of the number of highly accredited organizations which have a direct affiliation with Hedera. So it'll be exciting to see how this Google Hashport initiative goes. And yeah, time will tell in regards to whether this development will be beneficial for Hedera. So another development I'd like to talk about is how Hedera is the third most active network on the marketplace, where in terms of active developments on GitHub, Hedera ranks third on the overall list. So this indicates how there's a number of developments and transactions authorization occurring on Hedera, and it goes to show how, as I previously mentioned, the innate qualities attached to Hedera, coupled with Hedera already having a wide base in regards to the companies attached to Hedera services, could mean in terms of the validation of transactions and just the usage of Hedera as a whole. And this is all encompassed with Hedera also having other inequalities which makes it ideal, especially in regards to verifying and validating cross-border remittances, supply chain integration, and also being at the center of carbon credit marketplaces, where Hedera is at the center of finalizing and monitoring carbon emissions. And these three qualities have made Hedera highly attractive for a number of initiatives and developments. So extremely exciting, and it adds to the versatility offered by Hedera. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Are you bullish on Hedera's association with Google and Hashport's developments with Google Cloud? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.